So that's an optics question. If it's a bad scenario that can damage your reputation, you need to do damage control. So we're different than Kim Kardashian, who capitalizes off negative publicity. It is a tactic. It is a valid tactic. To all attention is good attention, and bad press is still press. I don't usually take that. I'm the damage controller. I'm the fixer. So I would say in that moment, try to rectify it, and always above the fray. You are always above petty squabble. You are always magnanimous in how you approach a conversation. You're always looking for the resolution. You're always looking to help. That will come across to the public. So if someone's like XYZ my company's in Newark. He's going to talk about bad optics and bad press. We get dinged more by publications than most cities across the country. How do we do that? By staying grassroots. So local Newarkers will support and go, are you crazy? Have you been to NJIT? Have you seen Rutgers? Have you seen Seton Hall? Have you seen the startup culture? Have you seen what's happening in the streets? That's how we respond. Publicly and unanimously, any Newarker will be like, I love my city, and don't talk whatever. So that's how I would say it. Always be above the fray and always speak to the solution, not to directly say, well, that's not true, and I am a great strategist, and how dare you say I didn't get the right results. Instead, it's, why don't we discuss these? This is my approach to strategy. There are so many other approaches, but this is always my end result, is that my clients win. If you'd like to talk about this further, reach out to me via this platform, and I'd be more than happy to talk about it offline. So sorry about that. So all recorded data is trackable. They all exist on servers. That server catalogs and keeps everything you post. So in a court of law, even in small business, if you aren't, in fact, they engage a lawyer and that lawyer asks to subpoena your text messages and your email communications, it can open up a can of worms. I'd prefer my clients not to engage. Once they inbox you, inbox back here's the other thing, inbox back your professional phone number. Get a Google number. Shouldn't always result back in your cell phone, because then they can keep harassing you and they can keep going around in a circle of crazy. So don't do that. So take it offline on an appropriate business channel. Give them a conference number. You will get a free conference call. freeconferencecall.com. Make it happen. You get a free conference number and a PIN. Okay. Once they respond to you, you know what? I think this is important. Let me give you my conference number, and that way we can make sure we resolve this offline.
And then you can record it.
And then you can record it and you can keep it.
If you are going to record it, you have to let them know under the law.
You agree to when you dial in, it says that it gives you the precursor and disclaimer that you are entering into a conference call that can be recorded.
Yes.
So you are covered in that.
But
Absolutely.
I would definitely take it to the phone.
Yes.
Because real-time voice is not recorded unless you do this. And it has more stringent, although we know the government might be listening, that has more stringent laws associated with real-time voice telephone calls where people can't tap into it, supposedly.
Great.
One and the same, but when you mentioned about securing your own email accounts, how would you do that?
Oh, top rules. So don't have a weak password. Fluffy, Jaybird, nicknames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Your name?
Your mama's name. No, those are easily grabbable. So here's the formula for the strongest password. And you can do they're password checkers, by the way. You want a combination of caps, you want a combination of numbers, and you want a combination of any of those glyphs, asterisks, equal sign,
Yes.
plus sign, throw those in. Make it a password that you have problems typing. And then you can go to password.com and it auto-loads, but we'll talk about that later. But you want to make it a more secure password than what has been there for years, especially since it's your old email, so that password's been with you for a long time. Change it up and make it complex.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start to answer that question anyhow. I would say don't worry either about the past or about what other people are doing, because I oftentimes have people say to me, oh, well, this one is dressed a certain way, and, I want to dress like my boss, but he really is kind of sloppy looking. You can't worry about anyone but yourself. And trust me, other people are not as worried about you also as you may think, because everyone is just kind of in their own little universe. So I would say just, determine what your goals are going forward. Don't worry about the past. I've seen branding exercises where you can choose from a list of maybe 60 words or so, and you choose the best 5 or 6 that apply to you, and then just think of everything going forward. Do they apply to, do these words, are they consistent with what I'm doing? If they're not, throw them out. If they are, then I'd say go with them and not worry about what you've done in the past.
The other thing is I would audit what you've done, just to say, if I'm going this way in the future, how can I maybe get a new email address, update the picture on Facebook and LinkedIn? Like, just look at what you have audited and say, is this good? Could I improve this? And then start fixing the things you want to change. I'm with Sharon, though. You know, we've all lived a lifetime. Who knew? You know, so even the people with Hot Mama can get a new email address. So.
That's right.
And people are smart. Everyone's dealing with the same thing. If they see your professionalism, because I think all of us spoke about starting today forward, and they see under that is some old stuff, well, they have their old stuff too. I think people are smart enough. The people that you want to attract
That's
will
right.
not hold that against you.
Everyone wants to give you a second chance if you make the effort.
And then I want to encourage everyone as well to go on brandyourself.com, and you can set up a free account, and they give you some high-level tips, some really high-level tips on how to get started. Okay, and I thank you all. Thank you.